Ready, set, go. Hey, what's up, you guys? Yes. First collab. Hashtag collab. Collab. Deerin collab. Hi, guys. It's Dylan. This is Marin. We're both air signs, and so I feel like we have the authority to talk about signs today. So we're just gonna talk about what we think about each sign, and half will be on this channel and half on hers. And link will be in the bio.
We have a lot of opinions. Gemini and Libra, lots of opinions.
So let's get right into the video. I feel like I need to act like a conventional YouTuber. Aries. Okay, I need to reread what I said. Aries gets really angry and they seem like Donkey Kong or something because they're mean and angry, but that's only one I've met. And every other Aries I know is an angel. Okay, I think that sums up half of it. I feel like Aries are very, very passionate at what they do and like how they care about people. I also think they're really funny. Some of my favorite people are Aries. My friend Isaac, who's been in a vlog, Ian Fredrickson, the love of my life, Jonathan Van Ness, love them. I feel like Aries just have a sort of like burning passion for whatever they do, whether it be what they love, like if it's art or helping people or making things, anything, or just like loving someone. They're very like aggressive with that, and then when it gets angry it's like scary aggressive.
That's true.
But I love Aries a lot.
Okay, my turn. I kind of said the same thing, like they're really passionate about what they do, like they're super career driven. Every Aries that I've met has been like they know what they want to do and they know how to get there, and they're like actually making money moves. Said they're natural leaders.
Oh yeah.
Like Ian, very much a natural leader. Like he knows, he can deal with like adults really well and like adult situations. He's very mature and he can lead people really well, and he like can talk to people really easily. And they're also very charming as well. Every Aries I've met, I've like been charmed by them. Like I was in love with an Aries boy. I think I told you about that, for like 6 months of my life.
I want to marry an Aries.
Yeah.
I love Aries.
They're very easy to fall in love with.
On to Taurus. I feel as though Taurus embodies like luxury and beauty. They're ruled by Venus, which is the planet of like beauty and like everything pretty, and I feel like Taurus is really good at making themselves out to be like beautiful, and they chase after things that are beautiful. A stereotypical Taurus thing is being lazy, and I don't necessarily think that it's laziness. I feel like it's more doing things out of convenience. Like they like for things to be convenient, so instead of going up and throwing something in the garbage, they'd rather get one of those claw things and like They're also very, very, very analytical, and they like pick out things. Even I feel like even when they don't try to be, they just bring it up and like notice something, but then they go deep into it. Whether it be like movies, or if you're in a conversation with them, they'll just be like, you act like this because of this, 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 and this. And I feel like they'd be good like psychologists, or like therapists, or even critics for any sort of media, like food critics, because they like to eat.
I said they're very nice in general, but they're really spiteful when they're angry, which is very true. That's why they're represented by like the bull, I think. That's why I see it as like they're represented by the bull, because like as soon as you make them angry, it's the same thing, like they'll pick out things that you don't like about yourself and like point them out to you when they're mad at you. And I haven't had a ton of experiences with Aries, or not Aries, Taurus, but they've all like done stuff like that. They're really materialistic because they're very like aesthetic oriented. They like the way things look and they like things to be beautiful. They always want gifts from people, and whether that be like sentimental gifts or just like something random that you give them, like they always want things from other people.
Gemini.
Ooh.
Me. I love Gemini. I don't think I need to say much on this because I made an entire video about why it sucks being a Gemini. I don't know which side it's gonna be on, but I'll put one of those like annotation thing, the doo-doo music, doo-doo, however it goes. I see the stereotypical like bad traits about Geminis. Personally, I don't feel like I do a lot of that. Like I don't feel like I'm manipulative. I like Geminis. I feel like they're funny and talk a lot, and I like talking. So what do you think about Geminis?
I think Gemini slander is like kind of ridiculous, because I know I'm like in love with a Gemini. My best friend's a Gemini. I've met a lot of great Geminis, and then 27, 2017, 2018, everyone was like, oh, I hate Geminis, they're the worst sign. And it's like, I think they're seen as bad because they're like,
because a lot of serial killers are Geminis.
not just that, but like they're very gossipy because they're an air sign. And it's the same thing with Libras. Like, people just see Geminis as bad because they gossip a lot and they're not good at keeping secrets, and like they're kind of self-centered in some ways, but they're also very caring, like when you get to know them. I said that they're like really talkative, but some Geminis are a lot worse about being like too talkative, and then they they take other people's personality traits and make them their own, which isn't always a bad thing, but like it can kind of, you know, get in the way.
On to Cancer. I'm going to start this by saying I hate Cancer. All forms of cancer, whether it be the disease,
breast cancer,
or Cancer, the astrological sign. I feel like Cancers are very childish and whiny. Not necessarily they cry a lot or they're emotional. I just feel like they think that the world revolves around them. So
but that is true. They are very whiny and emotional.
I hate them. But I feel like they take things so personally that just everyone is out to attack them. I also think that they're hypocritical and passive aggressive. Two traits I hate, therefore I hate Cancer.
I've had one very good Cancer friend, but she was very emotional and whiny, and like she did think everyone was out to get her. I remember one time I like almost puked, and I have emetophobia, so like I was freaking out, and I was going through my apartment front door and I was like, move. And she started crying, and I was like, are you serious? Like, I was so confused. I think Cancers are generally good friends to have if you're not like
an air sign.
Yeah, if you're not like slightly gossipy, or like you can be slightly rude. If you're like the perfect person, you can be friends with a Cancer, because then they'll never get mad at you.
If you're a Scorpio.
Yeah, basically. They have their head in the clouds when it comes to romance because they think it should be perfect for them. And when something goes wrong, like it's the end of the world, which is kind of not a good trait to have, because you're never gonna find like perfect romance like it is in the movies, you know? I don't hate Cancers, but I just don't love them. So that's that on that.
I think that one good trait that Cancers have is that they are like motherly or caring. Like they definitely do always have something if you need it, and they're always like willing to feed you or like help you out with something.
That's true.
But that's just like 1% of Cancer. Leo. I feel like Leos are very confident. They definitely do embody the sun and the lion. They have very big personalities. I feel like they're a little bit pretentious socially. Like they definitely care about what people think of them and like who they're with, if that makes sense. I think that they're smart and they know what they want and how to get it. I feel like they can kind of be judgmental, which is not a great trait, but that's just what I've seen in the Leos that I know. I feel like they think that they're the hottest person in the world.
That's true. The stereotypical Leo thing to say is just like, oh, they're so confident, like, which is true. They are very, very confident in themselves, whether they should be or not, but they're also like, they need to win everything, whether it be an argument or like a sport game. They need to win everything. They're very competitive, and their ego is very fragile for how confident they are, like because they care about what people think so much. Like if someone thinks something badly of them, it like, I don't know, it hurts them a lot. They are like in bed, I guess. They only care about their pleasure, and that's just not good, because like you should want equal, you know, like put out from each person, but they're just like, they only care about themselves. And that's what I think, but that's probably just because I've only had bad experiences with Leo, so that's it.
And now we got Virgo, our last one on my channel. I don't have a lot to say about Virgo, but I think that they're neat, like they're tidy, whether it be like physically or in their head or like writing down things or their schedule. I feel like they're very organized in that sense. I think that they're charismatic. I feel like they know how to get people to like them in the first impression.
Okay, so both my parents are Virgos, which is why I'm kind of a devil child. I was almost a Virgo. I'm like September 25th, the first batch of Libras, you know? I'm glad I'm not a Virgo. Virgos are very critical of everything. They pick apart like every person they meet, which is why it makes it hard for them to like find a suitor, I guess. They're just very critical.
Earth sign.
Yeah. They come off as like mean and rude because they like to suppress their actual emotions. They have like a hard exterior, and then when you really like chisel your way through that. You can get like the real raw emotions, but it's very hard to get there with them. And I've never had like, I mean, besides my parents, I've never had like a friend Virgo where I've been able to like get to how they're actually feeling. They always just kind of hide it. But it makes them likely to be successful in like a harsh business kind of setting, because they can like, I don't know, deal with a mean boss and like not really care about it, or like brush it off and like not show emotions. So it's good for them if they have like a specific lifestyle where they don't have to show emotions, but like dating a Virgo I think would be really hard. That's just my opinion.
And with that, we are done with this video. Thank you for watching. Comment, like, subscribe. Go to Marin's channel if you'd like to see the rest of the signs.